So let me preface this by saying this is a how Ferno, Spazin, and KookUp make melodies for Gunna and Ralo Rodriguez. I never actually made melodies for Gunna. Neither has Ferno, to my knowledge, and Ferno hasn't made for Ralo either. Actually, this title is very misleading, and it doesn't make sense because Gunna and Ralo Rodriguez don't use the same type of melodies. But okay, he looks happy, bro. It makes me happy. Hey, nice.
Yo, what's up guys? I'm breaking down the melody that y'all just heard, something Furnace Bazin or KookUp could do for Gunna, and yeah, let's get right into it. So I started off with my favorite guitar VST, the Ilya Efimov Milan guitar.
Okay, so I don't ever use guitar VST, so this is an inaccurate tutorial right off the bat. But maybe it's not about the VST, maybe it's about how I would play the chords or some shit. So I give him the pass.
Which is a nice acoustic guitar, and this is what the melody that I laid down sounds like.
Okay, so this melody right here, nice melody, very nice melody. These are the type chords I'd use, but there's like a little transition note that I would never actually put in because it sounds too melodic for the style. Like the dun dun. This note right here, it's a cool note, but I would never do that. Okay, this melody is also cool, but there's another thing I wouldn't ever do is like the counter melody like pattern is like strummish, but I would never actually do that. Like the way I do my counter melodies is different, but it's cool though.
Okay, now let's break down the chords. Pretty simple. As always, basically.
What's looping, everybody? What's good? Nice
to try it, and then just
what's
build
good,
from
there.
So we started off with a C minor triad in this case.
That's W chord, minor chords.
Meaning I just took some notes up an octave, some notes down an octave, as you can see, and then repeated the same melody over here. But
yes, I do that sometimes.
A little bit of a different approach when it came to strumming, meaning as you can see, the notes play right away in here, and then there's a little space.
Okay, so if you actually notice a KookUp sample, I always arpeggiate my notes. Not always, but I rarely don't arpeggiate my notes. And if I don't arpeggiate my notes, it's because I'm putting a chord under an arpeggiated like chord, you know what I'm saying? So you had it half right here, 50%.
Between the next chapter. After that we go down 5 semitones,
he's German.
Down to F, and then we go back up again to G sharp.
Oh, I just did right before I came in
the
here.
same thing repeats as well. And there's these little notes in between just to give it more bounce basically, and those don't really have any other purpose than that, to make it catchy I guess. And yeah, the same thing just repeats over 9 bars, and that's basically it for the first melody. Now
okay. Another problem. Good melody overall. I'm not shitting on your melody. Your melody's actually pretty good. But, you know, KookUp, I always have to have something different at the end to lead back into the beginning type shit. But yeah. I would never copy the same melody for the first 4 and second bars. If that's the case, I'd just make the melody like 4 bars. Why have the same copy over? If you're not going to change anything up, you know what I'm saying?
Basically it for the first melody. Now when it comes to effects, I use
the trick for guitar VSTs is to put many notes at the end because you... Facts. I don't know how you gotta finesse it, but there is a way to finesse guitar VSTs.
Reverb, free plugin.
Yo, what's good,
same
Sinza?
For Magic Switch, also free.
German brothers got the craziest melody sauce.
Can opener, which will just boost the sound, and also you can, for example, change the polarity of.
Not gonna lie, European producers, bro.
Just
I got some crazy
frequencies, and then at the same time
I'd be listening to some melodies, frequencies,
and also an imager, which will just widen the sound up.
That's a W. Imager, stereo imaging. This is what I keep telling everybody about, bro. Stereo imaging is a depth. If you're gonna play a guitar, even a VST, you gotta have some imaging on it.
Then stereoize it. That's already the effects for the guitar. Next element in here is a one shot. Sounds like this.
Right, that's a W, Curly. Copying guitar is fire.
Sounds hella weird, I know, but in combination with the guitar, it kind of fits the vibe.
Okay, I'll give you that.
We have Addictive Keys, which is a nice piano plugin, and I went with the Warm Ties preset out of Mark 1. And this is the melody that we laid down. Same chords again.
Okay. So how would I say this? When I add midis or like keys under my shit, like I don't do them like this, but Ferno does them kind of similar to this with like chords like this. So I say it's pretty
So
accurate.
yeah, this is a vintage Rode plugin, and it basically just emulates that. And we have a pancake on here to pan it from one ear to the other.
Can't ever go
And a
back to
Fruity
VST
Paramedic
over real
EQ
guitar
cutting out,
effects. A real guitar
basically all
sound
the low end
will
and
like
some distorting
make your
frequencies
ears
and low
bleed when
to
you hear
mid
VST.
end. And, yeah,
Even though some
just
VST guitars
I
are hard
reversed
though.
the polarity and took the velocity down a little on the master rack, and that's already it for this instance. Next up we have the lead sound, which is a flute, and for example Furno Spazin or KookUp use a flute in a lot of their melodies, basically also combined with a guitar. It's very common for Ghana melodies, and this is a Hellfire flute. This is what it sounds like.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
as you can already tell, there's some bouncy little elements in here which will just create an effect of sort of that when you just type onto the holes of the flute, and yeah, that's what those little notes are for. And
okay, I give you that. That's a nice little flute.
That. I put a wider on here and for the Paramedic EQ, cutting out the harsh frequencies, which will always be there with a flute. Yeah, so just a little Fruity Paramedic EQ on here, and then also again a pancake.
Yeah, real guitar hits different like every real instrument facts. But I was talking to this with my actual like real life brother, and he's like a drummer, and he said like electronic drums are like so close to the sound of a real drum set that you can't tell the difference. And I'm like, some instruments are like that, like violins, piano, some like not simple instruments, but like you can really emulate the sounds pretty good. I don't know.
And yeah, that's why.
Yeah, VST pianos are fine, facts. Even though it's not the exact same.
Last but not least,
there are sounds that it won't.
Bass
it won't like replicate. It's cool. What's good, Quantize?
This is what that sounds like.
Okay, W bass.
Here, just a camel crusher with a little, and yeah, that's.
Okay. I rate this tutorial a good like 6, 7 out of 10. It's cool. It's funny that people are making CookUp tutorials. I didn't know that was a thing.